presentation about evaluation on different database management systems. What is a database management system? A database is a software that is designed to keep and using large collection of data. Database management systems are very necessary for every business. A database can provide data independence for the application programs by providing the abstract view of data, allow developers to develop their application to work for its functionality without hassling about the data where and how would be stored by separating technical aspects from application developmental aspects. Data can be stored, retrieved efficiently. Database management system also comes with a feature of access control which ensures security and data would only be visible to the authorized people. Database management systems also ensures the integrity of data at all time. Before any operation, it will check first if it's correct or not. It also protects the user from system failure. It means if a system fails, the data will remain safe. Multiple users can also access database management system like they are the only person working with database and they can make changes in database at the same time without interfering each other work in any causing any without even causing any problem. So it allow concurrency, it has security, it provide access control and backup recovery and data independence. Criteria for my evaluation. uh, One of the first criteria for my evaluation is the performance and scalability. So here, let's first have a look on what we are gonna do this evaluation over. So we've got two type of source. Uh, One of them is the open sources. We've got two type of database. One of them are open sources and the other types are vendor specifics, which I'm gonna talk about some of them in this PowerPoint. First, open sources, there are different examples such as MongoDB, Cassandra, Redis, Post, GRESQL, MariaDB, and for vendor specific, we've got Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle Database, IBM DB2. So, this is the criteria that this criteria is performance. That firstly we want to have a look of it. By performance, we mean how efficient the database can complete a task, which can be measured in response time and sometimes is called latency. For example, how long it will take after the user to send request to a software application, for example an online store, which send a request to the database management system and then return a set of data to the software application to present the data to the end user. Another things that matter in database management system is response time, that is how many transactions can database management system does in a specific time frame. Those factor can affect DBMS performance such as hardware. Based on the Journal of System and Software written by Tony, Oracle MySQL SQL Server tends to work well for structured data and complicated queries. MySQL and GRESQL are both open source, which means they are both available for public use and building application for free. For read-heavy workload, MySQL provide a better performance over GRS But even high speed transaction matters, and we need huge volume of transaction to be done quickly. He has recommended that NoSQL or NewSQL could be better solution. Mongo, Cassandra, Redis can handle large volume of data, and for this reason they can be highly scalable. MongoDB applies the replication procedures to create and maintain multiple dataset copies across various servers, which is the reason for its scalability and availability. Cassandra spreads data to various nodes rather than a single server. This can avoid any downtime by spreading. This can avoid by replicating failed nodes. It means if one node stops, another nodes can take over the role, which can increase the fault tolerance and provide a high availability and scalability. Um, Redis this use memory which allow it to execute data requests with higher performance compared with most traditional DBMS that are disk based, such as Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL Server, and IBM DB2, which have higher latency because of their read and write speed. Uh, mm, because their read and write speed. MongoDB, Cassandra, Redis, they all suffer from lack of tools and compatibility and standardization challenges, as they are relatively new compared to the PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle Database, MariaDB, and IMB DB2 tools for the GUI or any third-party tools for backup and disaster recovery. However, with SQL databases, MongoDB, Cassandra, Redis are example of NoSQL databases, and as well as we all know, NoSQL have their own query language, and they do not support a standardized SQL query, which does allow them to have a cross compatibility. And finally, let's not forget the SQL-based database has been there for 40 years now, and is more familiar with most developers. Some vendor-specific database such as MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server comes with a very powerful GUI, which makes it very user-friendly. It is also easy to set up, but for example, Oracle need expert knowledge in PL or SQL, and we should keep in mind that it can be easy for developers who are familiar with SQL queries. However, open source such as Redis or MongoDB, they are more suitable for beginners who are not very expert in SQL. And one of the most pleasant features with open source databases is being cost effective. They are generally free, but with paid enterprise options. For example, if you're using cloud hosted version Mongo DB, Redis, PostgreSQL, then you have to pay for it. Open source can be attractive as you can utilize challenge the software without paying licensing fee. This can turn them to an attractive choice for a startup and a small business. However, for vendor specific such as Oracle, prices can be very expensive. For instance, Oracle database considered most expensive, as they have to pay around 36,800 pound per CPU for enterprise edition. DB2 around 1,400 pound plus separate payment for the CPU per CPU, which can be different by edition. And Microsoft SQL will charge for standard £1,000 and 500 £5,500 for enterprise per core. Hence the price. They are more suitable for large enterprise because they're more expensive. Um, and Priority databases provide you with comprehensive support and maintenance services. Suppliers such as Oracle, IBM, Microsoft provide regular updates and enhancements to ensure that your database stays up to date, which helps your business to experience less downtime and improve the overall performance of your database. Open source databases is open source database that is in open source databases there is a strong community as it plays an important role in overall success. There is an active ecosystem where developers and user collaborates there effectively, actively in different forms such as GitHub repositories and Stack Overflows. There are many documentation tutorials available for open source such as PostgreSQL, MongoDB, MariaDB. All these facilities allow them to receive latest features, security updates. Support is there and it is free for them, so they not need to pay for. However, they should rely on themselves only, as there is no customer services to resolve their issue immediately, and it may take them sometimes to unlike vendor specific databases which benefit from 24/7 customer services as it pays services and it's part of their agreement. However, even vendor specific, if they are free users, it can be even slower than the open source, as they do not have the large active community in place. And with open source, the code is available to public. Previously, we noticed how appealing this feature can be, but this can be a big drawback for as at the same time as making code public can cause them vulnerable if you do not manage them properly. However, being open source can be advantage as well, because collaborate environments in open source allow developers worldwide to contribute to identifying, fixing vulnerabilities in databases, but the closed nature of the code can hide vulnerabilities, delaying the process of identifying them and resolution. Users should only rely on their suppliers to identify and address security issues, which can sometimes result in a slower response time compared to the open source model. High profile incidents such as Equifax data breach represent a risk related to relying on vendor managed security. MySQL is an open source relational database management system which is free, and user can create access control database and works well on the Windows ecosystems. User can save their data and have control over them based on the SQL queries. It can be used for either small business or large scale website or enterprise level solutions. Developer can easily set up database, and it has a simple installation process. Since it is an open source, it's free and you can customize, modify the code based on your requirement and needs. However, it has difficulty in handling data which requires high transaction rate quickly. It does not allow support advanced SQL features, which limits in handling complex data operation. Beginner usually find it very difficult to debug, and it is most occurs when developers try to use third-party tools with MySQL. This is one of the oldest and advanced database source, since it is an open source and is managed and maintained by active source of community and who are expert in this field. It can run on different platforms such as Windows, Linux, and Mac. This offer transactional DDL where save your life from writing many line of code, and it is not just for insert, update, delete for transaction, but it actually includes things such as drop table, auto table. It's completely different from the way Oracle work. The feature is quite important for complex relational application that when you make changes to the table, it will apply transaction immediately. It is very extensible. The user can add feature to it when it is required. It supports functions and developers can write them with many different languages such as PL, PGSQL, PL Python, Java, and JavaScript. It is not only has security feature itself, but also support extensions for security and internationally recognized for security. It is also comes with application security where you can manage user access control, for example, the read and write. It also advanced access control, which is beyond user access base, and but when a database structure but with database structure, we will have a very strict requirement for data. We have to follow fixed schema for every records, and if there is a field, all record must have that. And updating or adding new field requires modification in all fields. Every entry we add has a value for that field. If it cannot have more fields than we define for a table, it is not possible to that a record has a name and price descriptions, and the next also has a name price description, but MongoDB save the data as a document and not have a different attribute, and there is no fixed schema. It has a slower performance, which cause many problems such as backup, recovery challenges, and many times when a query will run slow, as well as performance will be slow. Will be It is an open source database that uses a data storage schema that can be customized. It is also known as NoSQL. It supports array, string, integer, datetime, and other data types. It has dynamic and elastic schema where you can add or remove a field easily. It can be stored in documents which is in JSON format, and it's quite easy for developers. It can be used in big data, building mobile and social interfaces. There is no table, and it's easy for developers to work with it. For scalability, it uses scale out architects. It means workload is spread across numerous computers that can cost effective and smaller. Platform and ecosystem maturity. It was launched in 2007 and widely been used in different applications and has active community around the world. Academia and consulting firm joins us. Unfortunately, with MongoDB joins not supported, unlike Microsoft SQL, Oracle DB2 databases. It does not support traditional SQL join support, and applying manual joins can affect its overall performance and slow down the execution time. And another drawback with it is high memory usage. MongoDB save the key name for each value pair, which add to the memory usage, and continuing this process cause data redundancy as well as unnecessary memory consumptions. And it limits data size, sizes limit, and you have document size not more than 16 megabytes. Another is MariaDB. MariaDB is an open source for RDBMS created in 2009 by Michael Widenus, the co-creator of MySQL. It can handle transactional, analytical, and hybrid processing and a lot of workloads and data model. It can work with relational and JSON. It can scale up itself from a standalone database into a distributed SQL. It can also execute millions of transactions per second. Installation and setup is easy, simple, straightforward. But unfortunately, it does have scalability issues, and if a problem occurs during accidental shutdown, it will cause to database failure and loss of data. MariaDB unfortunately only supports JSON type starting version 10.2 and higher. To copy JSON data when switching from MySQL to MariaDB, the JSON column type needs to be changed first. Another is Oracle. Oracle database is a relational database management system, and the system allows for administrating, maintaining the database, and it has a recovery management tool that help with a recovery. It is called RMAN, and this can backup database and table space and file and data files. Oracle supports table partitioning, which lets table indexes and organized tables be divided into smaller pieces. And it also have a great 24/7 support team that comes as a part of your agreement, and however it does not suffer from disadvantages. Some disadvantages: Oracle licensing structure is difficult and unfamiliar regarding the terms and compliance, where lack of knowledge in this field might cause you unexpected fees and penalties at the end. Oracle is also one of the most expensive database as well. And the last one is DB2, which is a database. This database is well known for controlling over the large amount of data, which makes this a perfect choice for a project that requires scalability and performance. It comes with many security features such as encryption, access control, editing, monitoring, making it perfect for a project that needs more data protection. It also compatible with different operating systems, program languages, and platforms, and let developers to integrate it with software and tools. However, it has some disadvantages as well as such as cost. It can be expensive to apply and maintain, hence the reason it can not be very suitable for small businesses or project with limited budget. Developers need to be quite an expert to implement and manage the database effectively, as it complex database, and this database needs continuous maintenance and updates, ensures optimal performance and security, which can take a lot of time and be expensive. So my choice is going to be the MySQL for my project. I will choose it, and I had most so based on the research I had on most databases regarding their cost, scalability, performance, support, security in either open source or vendor based, and I will prefer an open source for my project as it's free, and it allow me to access a wide, vibrant, active community who are there to resolve my problems for free, and I can collaborate with them. Unlike other expensive vendor-based databases such as Oracle, MySQL comes with limited horizontal scaling, which is not my worries, as my project is not for a big enterprise company such as Amazon or eBay, and I am not worried about scaling that much, and only it is limited and only its limited vertical scaling would be convenient for me. GeoSQL has a better vertical scaling, but but it comes with a drawback, which is an issue. It is very important for my project, the security issue, and I cannot risk the data loss at all for my company. It also tends to have a slower performance, which is another drawback, and the DB2 has a great performance as well, but still not a good option for me. But again, it is more expensive than MySQL, as it is paid with free developer edition based on the research, based on my research. Security implemented in SQL in my SQL is ideal for my project as well. I can manage a user access control, and where I will have in sale engineer, admin, and also customers who need to have different access, and I can provide this security through this. And I will and I can provide this security through this, and I can apply basic encryptions which acceptable to my customers passwords, and also there is SSL supports, which even adds more to the security of my website. With my SQL features, Maria has the same security features but is low performance and some other drawbacks that I decided not to choose it. And MySQL also follow the ACID compliance, which is automacy, consistency, isolation, durability that I have previously explained them in my report, and they will ensure data accuracy, consistency in my database, which are very important. Thank you for listening.